All right, guys, so happy that these watches exist. Big thanks to Adam and the crew at Farr and Swit for making these. This is the Farr and Swit Vice 2.0, aka the Bubblegum. I have here the first one, super limited. They only made 85 of them. I actually have number 00 of 85, so I have the forgotten about one, right? So there's technically 86. And then this guy here, I have number 84. These aren't limited as far as I know. I think that has been lifted because so many people griped about not being able to get that one. And I told Adam that this was going to be a hot seller, and sure enough it was. And maybe part of it was the fear of missing out. I don't really think so. I think it's a very cool looking design, and it just resonates with a lot of us in a certain age group, because there's a lot of like just imagery of pop culture just built into the design that was created here. We flipped some colors, or I say we, Adam and the crew at Farr and Swit flipped some colors on this, came up with the Bubblegum, the version 2.0. Bubblegum, because of the pink, is more evident in this one. And the old Bubblegum used to be kind of pink looking. That's, you know, how it was back in the day in the 80s. That's what it looked like. It was kind of had that pinkish color to it. So very cool looking watch. We'll get into the specs of this real quick. The case is about 42.4 millimeter. It's, 42 millimeter case wide. The lug-to-lug is a 50 millimeter. The thickness is 12.6, flat sapphire crystal up top. Slightly proud of the polished bezel here with a chamfer. And 22 millimeter lug width here. FKM rubber strap. It does also come with a some sort of like hybrid type strap. I prefer it on the Strap Habit FKM rubber strap. This is actually a Strap Habit strap. And a 7.9 millimeter signed screw down crown. So nice pop to it, tons of traction, easy to adjust. Date at the 3 o'clock position, and of course your hour minute, your running seconds at the 6 o'clock position, and then your chronograph hand up at the top there, as well as your what is it, a 60-minute counter. So check out the colors on that sub-register up top too, kind of like the sun horizon with the pink graph. Also quite a bit different than the first one, where it was just more of a, this one ties in more with the main dial, I suppose. So it is a solar watch. It uses the Seiko VS71A, which has quite a long battery life on it. Once it's fully charged, it can sit dormant for a long time. 100-meter water resist. Price point, $525. So it's right in there in that happy spot, that $500 price point. And as you see, as it comes around to that minute mark, it will tick over. Right as it crosses that, it should do it. And click, it ticks over, keeps track of that. So, and the reset on it is a sweep. A smooth sweep all the way back to home. Boom, good to go. These are assembled in the USA, actually in the Midwest. So that is really cool. They're using, obviously, the movements from Japan, and then the other parts are sourced throughout Asia, I'm sure. Just like 99.9% of all the watches out there. So I get that asked a lot. They're like, yeah, but where's it made? Where's it from? It's like, listen, they all come from China, guys. That's where it is. But this one is assembled in the USA. I do find that most micro brands that assemble in the USA have a higher, at least in my experience, they have a higher level of quality control with them. So when you do see that, you might go like, well, what's the difference? Why does that really matter to me? It matters because they're hands-on with it, and the level of quality control typically is a little bit better. We have a little bit more of a special case back on this one. So they went with the Vice theme with the palm trees. That's where the original one came from. That's why they made 85 of them, is Miami Vice, the show. You guys remember the show with Don Johnson, the super popular show. I watched it, but I'm of that age group. That show came out in 1985, so that's why they did 85 of the first one. This one being Bubblegum, well, I mean, there's a lot of Bubblegum out there, so they're numbered, but they don't need to necessarily be limited. Now, it also says Bubblegum on the back. It's pretty cool. Have you ever had a watch that actually says Bubblegum on it? I know I haven't, so that's pretty fun to have it now. If you want to put a pink FKM rubber strap on there, you might be able to do that. I'm not sure if Strap Habit has any left, but the pink, if you put that on there, it would really pull out the pink tones in the dial for sure. So, but it might be a bit much. But really, if you're willing to wear this color on your wrist, guys, you can probably pull off the pink strap as well. I know I can. I don't really care. I quite like it. So, yeah, I mean, you could put a black strap on the watch and it would be totally fine. But these are fun watches. These are supposed to be colorful and fun and playful and everything like that. So why would you limit to kind of more subtle, boring colors? Like, if you're already interested in picking up one of these, just wear the funny color, not funny color, the matching straps, I guess. The lume on this is fantastic as well. There's different, there's greens and teals and everything like that used to enhance the dial. The other thing I want to say as I'm closing out here, showing you guys the lume shot, I mentioned this in the unboxing, I want to see a trilogy. I want to see the Quartz Solar Chronograph Vice version 3. I want to see a trilogy. So we have the original one, super rare, super difficult to have. If you own one of those, I suggest keeping it. If you haven't picked up one of the Bubblegums, pick it up because although they're not technically limited, they'll stop production on them at some point, and then they'll move on to that trilogy one. I'm going to talk to Adam some more about that. I have some ideas I want to share with him, and hopefully he can spin off and come up with something really cool and creative like he has for these two. And I really am looking forward to that trilogy. I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next vid.